So here we are in a slightly better orientation to see this. You can see the web page, you can see the trackpad a little bit. Scrolling is obviously a two-finger swipe gesture on a trackpad. We're all fairly used to that, I think. And the inertia works just like you'd expect. If I swipe it the right way, of course. You really do get really rapid movement. This is a really long web page. I can maybe show you the scroll thumb, which you can just about see there. You really do get very rapid movement, and like on the iOS touchscreen devices, when it's moving you can just sort of tap to catch it and stop it, whatever you want, which is really nice and natural. It's very smooth, it works just great. And as I say, this is a vastly long page, and you can get right to the bottom of it in a couple of swipes. That's all I'm doing. These are also the default tracking settings for the trackpad. If you prefer it to go even faster, you can definitely do that. I really haven't missed the non-ratcheted scroll wheel on my MX Revolution or Performance mouse so far, and that's a surprising thing. I was expecting scrolling to be the main painful part of using a desktop trackpad. So let's talk about text selection. I'm just going to sort of zoom in a wee bit so you can see the text a bit more. The problem with text selection on a trackpad for me is that you either had to use that sort of double tap to click and drag option, which is, it's okay if you're doing it deliberately, but you end up doing it accidentally about 20 times a day, and you know, it makes your teeth ache with rage. And the other option, of course, is to physically press the trackpad button, which might be a button below the trackpad, or it might be the trackpad's entire surface on recent trackpad models. And that's physically hard to physically push down the whole surface and then drag over it. I would find myself accidentally releasing the button whilst I was dragging. It was just awkward. It was just difficult enough to add that little bit of stress every time you do it, and it would make me give up using the trackpad as a mouse replacement. What Apple have done in this driver is that this device's driver is they've enabled a three-finger drag, which of course, you know, a drag is the operation you use when you're selecting text. So if I get some text here, let's say this user interface conventions, I'm just moving the pointer as I normally would. It's with one finger, but if I switch to three fingers and drag across, I can select that text. And it's actually really precise and really easy. There's another option for what three fingers do. I think it's the swipe left and right to trigger moving between photos in iPhoto, which I really never use, or back and forward in Safari, which I never use because I use the keyboard for that. I use keyboard shortcuts extensively. But this ability to use three fingers to actually select it's a bloody revelation. It's the other thing, along with inertial scrolling, that makes this a viable mouse replacement for me. It's also enormous. It's a lot bigger than you think it is when you see the pictures online or whatever. They say it's 80% bigger than the trackpad on a MacBook Pro, whichever model they're talking about. It really is enormous. I mean, I don't have massive hands, granted, but look at the size of the thing. It's huge. So yeah, I would advise you to nip into an Apple store and give it a shot. It really is a decent device. It's whatever price it is, 60 odd quid. It's nice and light. It's got the styling that fits with your keyboard, which should be this keyboard if you get any damn taste and sense. It really is a viable replacement for a mouse for me. I'm going to keep using it for the next few weeks, and I will keep you posted, but I really am pretty pleased with this purchase. Until next time, take it easy.